We're gonna continue this on. All right, guys. Netflix movie Rebel Ridge. All right, so Rebel Ridge was actually pretty decent. I was a little skeptical. Everybody was talking about it. They would say how good it was, how the star is on point. Aaron Pierre is a star. It also has Don Simmons in it. Let's get to it. So rating, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. You know what? I rounded up to 8. The acting was good. I rounded up to 8. I'll give it 8. 8 out of 10. Synopsis: small-time cop. Small-time cops think that Aaron Pierre Terry is an easy target when they seize the former Marine's life savings. They have no idea how far he's willing to go for justice. All right, so you got corrupt cops in a small little town in Alabama, I'm assuming, and so the former Marine takes his life savings to help his cousin make parole and bail him out. No, not make parole, I'm sorry, but bail him out of jail, right? So he doesn't go to jail. And they basically pick the wrong person, right? Do I want to give spoilers on this? Well, let's talk about the acting first, right? So how did Aaron Pierre do? So I've never seen him in anything, so I don't have nothing to really compare him on. I did see him a little bit in Old, but Old's a horror movie to me, so I wasn't really paying attention to it, honestly. He was there. I wasn't really paying attention. I haven't seen him in anything else, but for his character in the movie, he did good. He was very believable. It helped create the tension that the movie was driving. Okay, that was his driving force, was the tension of the movie, and that's actually what I liked about it. I liked his calm demeanor. I liked that he kept everything close to the chest, and that's it. I think if I give it any more details, I might be spoiling it a little bit. I'm gonna wait until the later half of this video to go on the little bit of a spoiler rant. Don was good. He wasn't menacing. He was just a butthole. Okay, he was just a butthole. He was a straight butthole. Chief of police in this small town, and his little cronies, just straight racist buttholes. Okay, they played their part the way they should. That's it for the acting. Everybody else was believable. That's pretty much what you want when it comes to acting. Just believable. They can pull you into the movie, right? Now, the reason I gave it an 8 out of 10 is because of acting, but the reason that I initially gave it a 7 out of 10 is because at first, based off the trailer, I thought it would be more action-packed than it was, right? And it wasn't. So I think a quarter way through the movie, I'm like, this is pretty slow. Why did I think this was an action movie? It was a trailer. The trailer kind of threw me off. So I went back into Netflix. Netflix, below the title or whatever you're watching, they'll give you the genre. So it says thriller. I said, oh, this is not action. Once I got my mind set in, okay, it's more of a thriller, then I was okay, right? The director, Jeremy, I forgot his last name, but he drove home the tension. The tension in this small town. There's something up with the main character. These cops are corrupt. And you just want to see every event fold and fold and fold and fold until you get to this boiling pot and it explodes. That was what I was waiting for. And that explosion didn't really come. It was more of a pop. It didn't explode. It was more of a pop. That was it. So that's the reason why I didn't give like a 9 or a 10. I was expecting more of a, I'm a highly trained Marine, and, I keep everything close to the chest. A little bit of spoiler, I live out in the woods. I know my stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason I move like this. So I'm expecting a little bit of character development and finding out why he lives in the woods. I'm expecting this tension to build up and build up and build up, and every scene is at least I'm dropping my jaw like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, oh dang, that was good. No, it wasn't that. It was like a takedown here. I'ma disassemble your gun. Like it was just very low key. I know what I'm doing. It wasn't like Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. You know what I'm saying? Mark Wahlberg, you knew he was a bad person, right? And he came with it. This wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I can tell that if they had a low budget, I can see it. It's a very low budget. There wasn't any in the scenes, the action scenes after the buildup and the tension buildup wasn't intense. It's like when you get to the action scenes, the tension flatline. Like most of the tension came to the building up on how dirty they were being to him. You feel me? So I don't know. That's the only reason why I don't give it a 9 or a 10. I think if the director would have went that route with the action choreography, I would have been fine. But I could be biased because I am an action person. I love action, especially martial arts. I mean, he is the UFC, what was it? The United States Marine martial arts coordinator. Like he is the coordinator. They had his picture up in Wikipedia. I'm thinking we're about to see some bone breaking stuff. I think one person broke the bone in the whole movie. That was it. So I was kind of let down in that. Had to take some points off of that. Now, spoiler alert. We're gonna get down to business. Before that, if this is it for the movie, like, share if you can, trying to grow the channel, and spoilers. So, let's see. Like I said previously, no action. I'm expecting when Terry first goes back and they're slowly finding out what he did in the Marines. They're trying to make sure that he wasn't overseas, that he didn't see any live, no battle. He has no battle experience, no real experience. There's tension. The stupid Wi-Fi goes out. So she has to re-upload. They're slowly downloading his information online, trying to figure out if he's seen some experience. And he's sitting there talking to Don Simmons. And it's like, okay, he about to get with it. All right, he about to get with it. No. He grabs a gun. He disassembles the gun. He doesn't kill anybody throughout the whole movie. All right, cool. But there's ways that you can make the movie good, especially with fight choreography, and not kill anybody. It doesn't have to be all that. He can just break bones for all I care. But he just takes him hostage, go in there, get his money back, and that's it. He just takes the 10K, get his money back, and bounce. He holds him hostage. No real big takedown. I think he took down Steve. Steve was an A. Steve made the movie. I ain't gonna lie. Steve made the movie. Don was a butthole, but Steve was something else, right? That's his little deputy, right? He's not even the person who pulled him over initially and wanted to take the money and seize the money, right? Steve was backup. Steve felt like he was just overcompensating for some reason. It's, oh, you think you smart, boy. You think you smart, boy. That's all he kept saying to Terry. And he just wanted to kill Terry, kill any witnesses. Steve was just off his rockers. But going back to the action scene, it's like there was no action scene. I'm like, okay, all right, just a little taste. They found you find out somebody was the military but martial artist that instruct all the Marines. Never went overseas, but they got his picture on Wikipedia for a reason. I'm thinking I'm about to see some real fight choreography. No, he did one takedown and that was it. That was it. One takedown, that was it. Then you go to the next action scene. I think there was a shootout. I don't even remember. I'm pretty certain it was like shot in the arm, bang bang, shoot up the truck, go over the hill. Okay, he escapes. Last action scene, they're in front of the precinct. Don Simmons shoots his own guy in the leg. Terry gets some type of gas gun, and that's all. No, like, that's it. He takes people down. He broke somebody's arm with his knee. That was it. I'm like, all right. Y'all make this guy up to be all this, that, and the third. I'm thinking I'm going to see something. Would I have been okay if he was just a military vet that saw a little bit of combat? Yes, I felt like he had some combat. I mean, when you go over there to train, I'm thinking you have they're going to train you. Even if you see action or if you get deployed or you don't get deployed, that's what I was looking for. You know something. I mean, it's the military, it's Marines. He didn't even have to be a martial arts instructor for the whole crew. He didn't have to be all that. His page don't have to be on Wikipedia. He didn't do enough to prove that he was him. So that's it with the action set piece. No real character development with Terry or Aaron Pierre. None. I don't know why he's in the woods. I have no idea. I know his cousin's background. I don't know too much about his background other than he served. I don't know if he had family. I don't know if he had a girlfriend. I was like, did I miss something? I don't know. There's no character development for that whatsoever, right? And I think all this all does take place in a span of a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken. Because they mentioned Monday and they mentioned Wednesday for his cousin to go to jail, right? And that's it. It's a couple of days. Nothing. All right. So I was a little like, okay, y'all not going to develop the care. You're not going to let us know what's going on. Why is he living in the woods? Does he have an apartment? Like, what's going on? Why didn't he stay at his cousin's house? Did his cousin just get pulled over in that city and was going to jail in that city, or did he live there? Like, I had no idea, right? Now there was a little twist at the end, and I think what gave it away is he has one person really helping him in the whole movie, and that is the ex-addict turned, what was she, county clerk assistant or something. She helped him out, and where was I going with this? I just lost my train of thought that quick. She helped him out, and don't you just hate that? You lose your train of thought, you think about something. Got it. So she's been working on this case. It seems that she's been working on this case for a minute, and she has an inside man. When she corrects him and says, how do you know it's a man? That kind of gave me away that it's probably not the one female black deputy in there. I think that was just too on the head, that it would be the black female deputy who drives the old car and everybody else drives all the other white men in the precinct drives the brand new cars. I think that was just too spot on. I think they just tried to throw something in there to throw us off. It was nice. I didn't expect the one person who was on the inside of everything was the initial cop who started all this. The initial cop who started all this, who pulled him over, who seized his money, is the inside man about the corruption with the police. So I'm sitting here like, were you just doing your job so they don't catch you? Because I felt like he didn't have to search that bag. I thought based off the trailer that they put his cousin in jail on purpose, and then they were trying to stop him from bailing him out on purpose. But it seems like all this was just circumstantial. It was like he saw him, he didn't hear him, he crashed his little bike, then he took the cash, and that was it. And then it just so happens to be that he took this cash to bail his cousin out. And that's it. And he tried to work out a deal just so his cousin can get out of jail. They didn't even know why his cousin was in jail for the first place. I'm like, that was a mess. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it would have been better that when the tensions rise and Terry finds out that his cousin dies in jail, I would have preferred it to find out that Don, to de-escalate the situation, which is what he was trying to do. So he gives Terry back all his money. He drives him to the hospital and say, hey, I know you got all this experience in combat, right? But what I want you to do is calm down, see your cousin, and get out of town. We're gonna give you back all your money, and I'm gonna make this right. Right? Okay? The question is why, right? And that's how the movie unfolds and everything. Why did he let him go in the first place? I would have preferred if Don, the chief of the police, called the hit on the cousin, right? I understand that the cousin ratted out somebody. That's why Terry was working so hard to get him out of jail. I felt like Don, I would have been, it would have been a better story to me if Don was the one who's like, hey, cousin's in there for ratting on this person, and went ahead and got him hit, just so he has an opportunity to do the de-escalation to Terry and get him out of town. Right? I would have been fine with that. And then Steve, being who he is, the hothead, still turns around and go mess with the girl, the addict, gives her some more narcotics, crack, whatever it was, and then gets her fired. I would have been fine with that. I felt like that would have made a better story. You tell me. I don't know. And now let's get to the last scene. So after Terry gets in the car, leaves with the police officer, leaves with the crackhead who's overdosed because of Steve behind, I'm thinking at least I'm gonna get a fight scene between him and Steve. Steve about to get it. He about to whoop Steve behind. Steve is a pretty decent big dude. I'm thinking they about to go down. Steve been wanting this all through the film. He been wanting this, right? Steve, he takes Steve down. He elbows him in the ground. Steve get back up. Steve all messed up. He all jacked up. Cool. He gonna go. He hangs on to the truck, the police car. Terry and them get in the way. I'm thinking Steve gonna get back up. He gonna get in that car and it's gonna be a chase. No. Steve did not get back up. Steve went down. Then all the cops are chasing him. Now the little black girl deputy wanna sit here and have a conscience, wreck the chief, the Don Simmons. He go this way. Terry then with a flat tire make it to the hospital. I'm saying like if y'all got everybody in on this corruption in this small town, I felt like it would have been possible to have somebody in the hospital in it too. Steve would have showed up and they should have had a big fight scene right there. I understand that they're trying to de-escalate it, but it was already too late. I mean, come on now. They could have done something. They could have locked down the ER, had a little fight scene with him and Steve, something. No, he take an axe and he just chops out the what they got? They got like a dash camera in all the police officers and all the police cars. He gets the recording of that, walks back into the hospital, and then the scene goes black and runs credit. It ends just like that. So basically, we know he's gonna take the evidence, and everybody's all going to get fired. I mean, that's it, right? Yeah, I was kind of let down, as you can tell. I was let down, but what the movie did for me was the tension. That part was done correct. I was still very involved in the movie. I enjoyed everything other than the action scenes, and the acting was spot on. I don't know if Aaron Pierre, compared to his other work, deserves all this praise, but he's a brother. So I'm gonna go ahead and just support anyway. You know, he did a good job. All right, tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you think about the movie. Comment below. Peace.